I am coming to the conclusion that this episode is starting right now, AK219, the only podcast, with me, Aidan Maloney, my boy Kevan Boland, middle school graduate, Kevan Boland. We are here today to provide for you the chaos, laughs, goofs, gaffs, tomfoolery, a hijink, shenanigans, and begrudgingly, a guffaw.
Enough with that word.
Why? Why? Do you want to understand it?
I don't understand it because how can you understand something when it's not real?
That's absolutely an English word.
Guffaw.
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 Yeah.
It sounds like
you
something...
want me to do live research and look up
you
the word
can,
guffaw?
but this word sounded like it stopped getting used 800 years ago.
Yeah, well, I was around for it.
Yeah, you were, and he's back. Jesus is back.
We know.
Second coming.
Today, actually. Second today.
Nice.
Guffaw.
I'm up to 7.
A noun. A loud and boisterous laugh. Or it could be a verb. Good. Yeah, that was a guffaw turned choke. Do you know about choking, Kev?
Sadly, no.
Choke
but I'd like to.
Choke on D.
Choke on D?
Choke on D's nuts.
Oh.
My man. Got him. Well, we start off the show with a vibe of the week, something fun, funny, wholesome, real that's happened in the last 7 days. And then, of course, we've got language barriers and burning questions. But we can't get there without first coming to the conclusion.
To start Vibe of the Week. To tell you guys how we've been the past 7 days.
Exactly.
And I have a pretty funny story, and this actually just happened last night.
Oh, okay.
But
what
you
happened?
can go first.
Oh, you're going to keep them hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's better to get the uneventful, boring stuff out of the way first.
Right.
I.e. his Vibe of the Week. And then it'd be my turn.
I'm not following what you're saying.
That's okay.
What did you say?
Just start talking.
Start talking. Okay, well, Kevan was going to go ahead with his uneventful, boring stuff, and then I'll go ahead and do that. I kid.
It's funny how you flip that around.
I know, it's funny. But I've been pretty good. I've actually been fantastic, I would say. I went out with my friend Grant. His parents have several acres, a strange amount of acres, like 8 or something like that. But he built a shooting range on his parents' property, right? So I went out to the range this past weekend, and we shooted a lot of the bang bangs, you know, pa 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 pa. It was very fun.
That does sound like fun.
It's very fun. The 357, the 40, there were a couple 22s, and one of them was like the lever action, you know, dude. I love lever action. It's so fun.
It just makes you feel like you're in that time.
Exactly.
Like you're like Arthur, I got a plan type shit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I follow. And that was super fun. And then I've been listening to a lot of not old albums, but not really recent. Kind of like high school, college age for me. I only went to 1 semester of college and then I withdrew because it was not fun. I did not have fun.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everyone, and that's fine. I'm fine where I am. But I've been listening to a lot of old albums like Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino, Swimming by Mac Miller, and just reliving.
He's dead.
Mac Miller, not Childish Gambino.
No.
Donald Glover.
Yeah.
It is crazy how much they look alike, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And you've never seen the both of them in the room together.
I have.
It's like You have?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can't say that publicly.
Well, I can't. I cannot elaborate anymore. That's all I'm able to say.
Legally allowed to say.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you more when we're off
air.
Off camera.
Yeah, for sure. But it's been really fun listening to those old albums and kind of reliving the time before I had to pay bills or before stress really caught up to me,
I feel you there.
Back when I used to get 8 hours of restful sleep per night.
Sadly, though, I feel like I'm constantly in that state because what did I used to do when I was in high school? I used to not do my homework and just come home and play video games with the boys.
Homeworkless?
Now,
video games with the boys.
Now I'm an adult and I have to pay these bills, but in the back of my mind, I'm just going to come home and not worry about fucking anything and just play games, usually by myself now because all my other friends are grown or they just don't play or they're actually doing important shit with their lives.
Or they're like me, where my newest console is a gaming PC, and I would play the games that Kevin plays, but I literally need like a new SSD, right? Because most of the storage on my computer is used for this show.
Terabytes and terabytes of...
Not necessarily. It's more so like I've got about 500 gigs, right? And I think
That's still a lot of...
400 and some odd are taken up by like this show and things related to this show.
We take up that much space?
This is a wake-up call, like this system.
We need to lose some weight. This is a wake-up call. Like, we're fitting in, like, we shop at the big and tall store now.
Yeah, or Destination XL.
I'm not tall, I'm big, and you're not big, but you're tall.
So we are two halves of one whole...
store.
Fat guy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I was going to say is if I want to play the games Kevin plays, I would need to get another card, like a terabyte or something, because every single one of those games is like 100, 200 gigs. And I can't put that on my girlfriend's PS5.
Dude.
Because that's not fair to her.
Hey.
And I can't put that on my PC because I actually don't have room.
Rocket League is on PlayStation 5 about 30-something gigabytes. Helldivers is only 20.
20% good or 20?
No, 20 gigabytes. Like, it's not... Like, the biggest games on my system now is because I was able to preload Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I was able to preload it.
Oh, wow.
So that now takes up 117 gigabytes. Division 2 takes
Only
up 132.
117.
I'm going to delete it because I
I
just downloaded it for fun because it was free, but I downloaded WWE 2K24 the other day.
Oh, nice. I mean, at least you have the digital license for it. Like,
I do.
You could
I can download it anytime, but that takes up 92 gigabytes. So, like, if I'm not playing it...
92 gigs?
Yeah.
For WWE 24.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
That is actually absurd.
It is. Because the old wrestling games that you and I used to play on older consoles, I don't even think they really had, like, a size.
They fit the entire game on the disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, no external download. The game fit on the disc.
I'm sure there could be like a little bit of filler, what's the word, space in these things because I don't have the PlayStation with the disc drive. And if every game you have is on disc, that probably takes up less space. I have all mine digitally, so that might be why it takes up a little extra space.
This is what pisses me off with video games these days, too, with file size, is because they're all, or most of them, like the AAA, quadruple A games, they're all filled up with these like 4K graphics, ray tracing, all that crazy shit that most people not only can't run, but wouldn't want to waste the space on anyway. And there's no opt-out. You buy the game, you have to download those files.
But you can choose whether or not to download like the multiplayer if you don't want to play that or the campaign.
But you shouldn't have to
even
pick
though
and choose.
You shouldn't have to.
If
but,
I want to play at 720p and have a file size that's a quarter of that full file size, I should be able to do that. I don't need the extra textures. I just want to play.
Well, I mean, you're playing on the newest system. You want it to look nice anyway. I get it. But, like, I'm going to download the campaign for Black Ops 6 because I'm going to play it at least once. And then if I never want to play it again, boom, I can just delete it, and that takes up less space.
All right. Oh, by the way, wanted to say before we get into Kevin's vibe, happy Halloween, because this episode will drop on the weekend before Halloween. So happy Halloween out there. Stay safe. Get some candy. Get some drinks. Have a good weekend. If you're going to a Halloween party, give some smooches to the sexy nurses from me.
Couldn't be me.
Having a happy Halloween? Or smooching nurses?
All of the above.
All of the above.
I can't even host a party, so if you're throwing a party, don't invite me.
I could crack
probably don't want to invite
I could
me
crack
anyway.
out my scrubs from back in the day, you know, when I was pre-med.
I'll kiss you. I'll kiss you right on your mouth, right here.
Right on the smoocher.
Right on those lips. My honey, and I kissed on the lips.
I see now why you've got the riz that you do. It's overpowering. I mean, he's just
Riz
away
so
with
overpowering
words.
that it drives women away from the first date.
So your vibe of the week.
Yeah. I'll start it off with a funny story.
Yeah.
So last night, I played hockey. Played pretty well. I had a
Get a
great
dub?
save right out the gate. I don't care. It's not about dubs
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
It's just about having fun.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in a better mindset because I had a great game last Friday, too. I was tracking the puck real well. I was seeing it. Made a lot of good saves. So I'm getting in the mindset now of not being all angry Kev, smash, break shit. Fucking shit costs too much money, but I'm breaking it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wean off of that. I'm trying to just...
Become clean.
I'm cold turkeying the anger and the racism. No, not the racism, but the anger.
Why would you
And
say
I'm dialing
things like that?
because it's funny. And I'm dialing it back down a little bit. But last night was fun. The first save I had, I kind of slid over to my left, and I was already in that motion. And I'm just so glad he lifted the puck because I was doing that old school. As soon as I slide over, I'd lifted my legs up to just like do a fucking spinaroonie.
Donna McChicken type.
Yeah. So luckily he lifted it, so I got it with my leg pad, and in continuing motion, I just swept it across the crease into the corner. So it was a good start.
Good save.
But on the way home, I'm driving down 8094, going
As
home.
one does.
I'm like, I haven't eaten at all today. I'm going to get some McDonald's, and I'm going to be a fat slob before I go to bed. So I got my
As one
food.
does.
I got my food. I got home. Got it all ready to eat. I unwrap my McChicken with cheese.
I saw your Snap thing about
you
this.
did?
I got the notification
You saw
for
it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So the
unwrapped
McChicken with cheese.
my McChicken with cheese. I noticed it's kind of light.
Yeah.
I'm like, did they like not put any lettuce on it? Because like I wouldn't have complained because sometimes
Yeah.
there's a lot of lettuce on those fucking
A
things.
lot of mayo.
I lift up the bun and there is no fucking chicken patty on this fucking McChicken.
Bro said add cheese, and they were like, "Oh, add cheese in place
Just
of the
get
chicken."
rid of the chicken. So I lifted it up, and the cheese looked amazing. And then
there's no chicken.
And then a couple spots of mayo and lettuce. I'm like,
You got the worst grilled cheese of all time. You didn't go back?
no,
I would have gone back.
I didn't check it in the bag in the car. I checked it. All the food was there, but I didn't unwrap it in the.
Bro, it doesn't. I would have gone back.
By the time I got home, it was
got-
like midnight. I'm not.
Oh,
I mean, because you want to know what else I got because I hadn't eaten all day.
what else?
I
you
used
got?
a code and I got points in my McDonald's app. Not sponsored. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying.
They would have to pay me a large sum of money to become a sponsor of this.
Oh, absolutely. I got a Big Mac and it came with a free medium fry.
Big Mac, medium fry,
I got 2 small fries.
2 small fries, which is essentially a medium fry. That's essentially 2 medium fries. In a way.
McDouble
A McDouble.
and a McChicken.
A McChicken, which ended up being a bad grilled cheese.
Yes.
To recap.
And it was at the one in Burns Harbor at that Pilot truck stop.
Okay, I know where that's at.
And you know where my house is?
Yeah.
I'm not driving all the way fucking back there.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm already sat down and all the food is open.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hoof. But that's great. So you got Big Mac, medium fry, small fry, McDouble, McChickenless.
Yeah.
And the
And it was only-
McChickenless.
I mean, it was only like
What?
$14.
Dude, that's a steal.
So,
That's crazy.
but yeah, I couldn't believe that actually happened, and I held it in my hands. I'm like, I just
You
started
still ate
eating
it.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
ate it. I mean,
It's
it
calories.
was pretty good for fucking bun, lettuce, mayo, cheese, and bun.
You
And
take
then-
the small wins, though. You've got to take the small wins. Even if it still tastes good, and they thought you meant replace chicken with cheese instead of add cheese. I want to know, by the way, I want to know what the individual who built the sandwich was thinking.
Yeah, like what
they-
goes through your mind when you see a ticket that
Right.
says add cheese?
Did they read the ticket and say, like, sub cheese? Like, instead of cheese,
Sub cheese
instead
for
of
a chicken patty.
put cheese.
So,
Or, like-
so I'm paying the already original price for a McChicken, which is about $2 or
Which is
so bucks.
way too high.
And then I'm adding a slice of American cheese, which is 90 cents. And I'm not getting, I'm essentially getting the McChicken with the add-on without the most expensive part of the fucking sandwich.
Right. So essentially, the McDonald's bun, which is pretty much a sweet roll, with mayonnaise, lettuce, and cheese, costing more than the McChicken, which actually has some protein-ish slab on it. And they had the thought, no, they didn't mean add cheese. They must have meant substitute cheese.
Because that reminds me, I saw a meme not too long ago of someone went through the McDonald's drive-thru and said, I want a hamburger plain. And they just got 2 buns. Like, they got nothing. No meat, no ketchup, no onions, no mustard, no nothing. Just 2 fucking buns.
No burger.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
I was sad, but I'm like, you know what? I got all this other food in front of me. It's fucking midnight. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm watching 2BC. I'm having a good night.
Yeah.
And then I fucking smashed everything else and went to bed.
That's nuts, bro. Well, I think in honor of that, I think I want to order a couple of hamburgers plain and a McChicken
with cheese.
Sub cheese. Yeah.
Yes.
So while we get that delivered, we will be right back. Language barriers, where the berry are language. I'm kidding, of course. It's where we go to everyone's Urban Dictionary and we source words that are posted into the ether. And they're words that Gen Z and Gen A use, and it's crazy because we say some crazy things sometimes, Kev.
That we do, Aiden. That we do.
Kind of looks like I look over and you're like dissociating.
I'm always dissociating.
You good, bud? You all right? There's nothing over there, Kev. The camera's here. Right here, buddy.
Over there?
Yeah, over there.
Okay. So in this segment...
Like a real professional, folks.
In this segment, we will be bringing you words that you never... I can't do that. That you would almost never use because you've never heard of in your daily life. Talking to people our age. I'm not saying this segment is strictly aimed towards our older audience, but...
It's educational.
I'm going to call you out.
Yeah.
And it is educational.
True. There's people in our generation that may not know these terms too, so...
Some of them are brand spanking new. They're coming out in 2024, and we're here to give you the inside scoop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah, my man.
My first one.
Yes.
Bone up.
Bone up?
Bone up. It's a slang term for getting stoned and masturbating at the same time. I was bored and had some weed, so I found a couple of porno mags and started to bone up. And this, January 23rd, 2009, by Silent
2009? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the description pretty much dates this, that he grabbed porno mags. Like,
That's
you know
true.
What I do?
That's
I grab
true.
my phone and
Yeah.
I look on the hub. I don't need no magazines
Isn't
anymore.
it crazy, by the way, that you get sexually excited by pixels? Just a bunch of pixels showing different colors.
I mean, it's 720p. I mean,
720.
sometimes 1080,
More
4K.
like 720p on me, please. You know what I'm saying?
Dare I say, maybe I have a VR. So maybe
Whoa.
Kevin
doesn't bone up, though. Allegedly, he may green out. We're not sure about that, though, because we live in Indiana and that's illegal. We don't do that here. Don't do that, is what I would say if I was a cuck. Anyway, candy bar.
Oh, this sounds...
Yeah, you like candy
good.
bars. Yeah, especially fitting for Halloween.
Yeah.
People eat lots of candy bars.
Smart.
Candy bar, an old wrinkly penis. This is posted by user Tom Timms. The example they give is Chris has a candy bar.
I should have said Aiden has a candy bar.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, man,
Old wrinkly penis.
My wrinkles are endearing, okay?
But they're old.
How many months older than yours? 11?
It's still older. Cry.
Says the middle school graduate. Okay.
Cry.
Let us know out there if you've got a candy bar yourself and send pictures of it directly to Kevin. He'll appreciate it.
I would.
Yeah, he would.
My next one, another insult.
Oh, another insult.
Hanaudia.
Hanaudia?
Hanaudia?
Anaudia?
Anaudia? A dog-ass bitch.
Oh, what lingo is this though? That sounds Hawaiian.
What a hoe anaudia is a dog ass bitch by Summer Miami,
Oh my
February
God.
3rd, 2019.
That's probably a name. That's probably a name of someone.
Well,
That's Anaudia.
you're a dog ass bitch.
If you're listening, fellow Anaudia, let us know. Are you a dog ass bitch? We're
They are.
curious. If you're not, you have to let us know and then tell whoever posted
Anaudia.
that.
Oh, something Miami. I'm already on to the next
Miami.
word.
Something Miami, if they're correct or not. Because we don't want to start using your name, if that is the case, as an insult if that's not true.
Well,
we want to
realistically-
be factual here. As journalists, we want to be factual and allow discourse from those who may be affected.
Realistically, though, it's not really our faults for making fun of your name because your mother's the one who named you, so it all dates back to
That's
when you
true.
were conceived and when they thought of your name and they said that would be a good name for you.
Anaudia. It sounds like a hurricane. It sounds like something like Hurricane Anaudia, and then like southern Florida is destroyed or something.
It just sounds like...
What does it sound like? A dog-ass bitch, I guess.
Yeah.
According to something Miami.
Yeah.
The one I've got here is the Dirty Nev.
Okay.
The Dirty Nev is to lace an unsuspecting friend's drink with a shot of fresh semen. Usually done to a drink such as Bailey's or Tequila Rose or Guinness, where the consistency...
Oh, no.
The consistency can be hidden.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
You could also put it in, like, breakfast, because eggs and semen have about the same consistency, allegedly. So the Dirty Nev is just spiking your homeboy's drink with a little splooge. Splooge in the boy's drink is the Dirty Nev. This was posted by Rachel1980. If that's your birth year, you are not Gen Z or Gen A, but we still appreciate the submission. That is pretty cool.
I've never been roofied by anything, but if I were unsuspecting and then someone later in the day told me that my drink has been spiked with my gross semen,
copped you a Dirty Nev.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, huh. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I didn't really taste a big difference. Like, there was a subtle hint there, but I was just like, maybe the drinks just sat out a little too long.
A hint
But
of,
I wasn't against it. It was pretty good.
like a touch of
So-
man, you know.
Yeah,
And like the
touch of
example, the example they gave. Jesus Christ, Tony! I think Carl has Dirty Nev'd me. That Bailey's went down like a salty raw egg,
Oh.
which is exactly what I said a moment ago. So I would just say, by the way, for context sake, this is a crime. It is a crime to do that.
You can't do this in public.
You cannot do this.
Behind closed doors is a different story, though.
I mean, if you and your homie are pretty close and you've tried each other's semen already, like, I could do it to Kevan easily. And he probably wouldn't even know.
That's like what I said. Like, if you do
That's
it
what I'm
behind
saying.
closed doors here in this studio,
Yeah.
it's completely legal.
Anything remotely sexual, and this is for real. This is not a bit. You always want consent, okay? That's not a joke.
About 70-30.
Don't Dirty Nev anybody, and don't be Kevan where you're joking about consent.
Yeah, about 60-40.
Also, no. Kev, your next one? I'm trying to get you off that bit because it's even...
No. I'm off the bit. I'm just laughing at this word.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Friend.
Okay.
Someone who says they care about you, but doesn't.
Oh, my God.
They will leave the second something goes slightly wrong for them. Steer clear of the fakes of the world. They will break your heart. Morgan Was My Friend by Frances Smith, January 1st, 2019. They started off the new year on a hateful note.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was that, Francis? Is Francis the friend or the poster?
Frances, I believe, is the poster.
So Francis is the poster. So I'm sorry, Francis, for this befouling of your friendship.
I mean...
But, I mean, that's such a negative way to look at that.
It is.
You know?
But
then again, you can't
Is
say...
Francis in the wrong or the other one?
Francis is in the right.
Okay.
Yes. We have guest Jordan chiming in. So Francis is in the right, but he's in that mindset where he thinks friend means bad because a friend did him bad.
This friend being Morgan in this
So
situation.
Morgan's the friend.
Yeah.
Francis is not. Although we hate France, Francis is in the right. I think.
I'm gonna state that Morgan can be a bitch name.
Morgan can't, unless it's Freeman. We love you, Freeman.
True. Yeah, but otherwise, like, I've only met, like, one good Morgan, and I've met multiple Morgans.
Lots of Morgans, only one good one.
Yeah, so, like, Morgan, bit of a bitch name, so...
True. This is true.
Keeping it at that.
Keeping it at that.
Morgan is a friend.
Yeah.
Quotation marks. All Morgans are friends.
That's true. But you can't say friend without end. So we got to end all Morgans except for Freeman, I think, is what I gathered from that.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one I've got here is vaposexual. You something of a vaposexual, Kev? You say as you as you choof that on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so a vaposexual is a man who loves to shove a vape up his ass.
Oh, now see that I've never done.
By poster Ander PZ.
I've gone through the nasal canal.
But never, I mean, granted, I don't know if the...
I don't think you can suck.
Like, if
butt.
the large intestine connects directly with the lungs, you can't suck up your butt?
I can't. Of course, I've never really tried.
You never really tried,
No.
right? Yeah.
Like, I've never, like, butt chugged before.
Really?
But, like...
Maybe that could be an AK219 Patreon video.
I mean,
AK219 on Patreon.
I need a couple days of recovery for that, because I've heard it gets you drunk pretty quick.
It does, but I've always wondered. I've never gotten a straight answer from this, by the way. Once you butt chug the beer, do you immediately go to the bathroom and shit out the beer? Like, what do you do with it once it's in there?
I've seen bits on Jackass where, like, Steve-O's done it.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I think it was an enema.
But probably.
Like,
They're similar.
It just immediately, the pressure was just too much. It all just came fucking flying out of his asshole. Like, all the liquids and shit. It was disgusting.
I'm so curious, because, like, the common conception is that, like, oh, you butt chug at, like, the frat party or whatever. But if you're bent over backwards and you've got, like, a keg or someone pouring beer into your ass hole directly, what happens afterwards? I've never known what happens afterwards. Do you immediately shit it out? Do you have like a grace period where maybe you can make it to the restroom? I don't want to do it without having an answer to that question.
I will do it, and I will be
You're the test subject?
the test subject,
Yeah.
and I will give you that answer.
It's an honorable thing to do. Let me know.
I will.
Yeah.
Baghdad.
Baghdad? I'm guessing this is not the location on Earth.
Well, yes, it is. When there was talk of pulling out, but it never actually happens.
What?
I had to take the morning after pill 45,693 times because my ex-boyfriend Baghdaded me so many times. She wanted me to pull out, but I Baghdaded that hoe. By Kitty Cat Back Scratch, January 19th, 2009.
So that's an old term too.
Yep.
Baghdad. I've never heard that before. Besides, like, the location on Earth.
I'm sure. I mean,
do that.
Now that I know this is what this is in reference to, I've Baghdaded many of times because my partner at the time wanted me to do so.
Right.
I wanted to pull out of the war, but she wanted the war to rage on.
The battle must be won.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
But I think the discerning difference there is you were requested to Baghdad. Whereas if you do that unrequested, that's not very cool.
True.
So only Baghdad when Baghdad is on the table. You can even Baghdad on a table. You know what I'm saying?
You can Baghdad on
a table.
on in the country of Baghdad.
That's so cool. I love that idea.
I Baghdaded in the
Baghdad.
Oh, I like this.
You ready for this?
I like that.
A hearing aid.
Oh.
You aware what they are?
Yes.
Okay. This, the sexual act of repeatedly thrusting a penis through the gauge of somebody's ear.
Oh. I'm going to look at Rhea Ripley so much more differently now.
I know, it's very strange. It's like it changes 3 holes to 5.
Well, yeah, I was there just like, talk dirty to me, like, oh, I'm going to use all your holes. And they're like, okay. And they just take out their gauges.
Right.
They're like, but not my butt. I'm like, wait, hold on. The way you dress and the way you make yourself appear makes you look like you love butt stuff.
You can't, I mean, you can assume what you want,
well, no,
but
I'm
it makes
not,
you
I'm
an
not
asshole.
like, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I really didn't.
The
but
way
like,
you say things really makes it sound like that. I'm only asking you to be careful with your words.
I'm only saying I speak immediate thoughts, and I don't think about these thoughts.
I've edited enough of these shows to know that's true.
If I didn't do it,
who would?
Who would? And if I didn't do it, it wouldn't make these bits half as funny.
Anyway, hearing aid was posted by Chucko Achok, which is Chucko backwards.
Oh.
Yeah. That got several dislikes, by the way. People did not
I
like
don't
hearing
think,
aid.
like...
I mean, you could do if you've done the hearing aid, if you've hearing aided or have been hearing aided, let us know. Like, I imagine it's only pleasurable for one of the parties.
I don't like... An ear hole is not going to be warm and inviting
You'd
imagine as the downstairs.
Or any other option, really.
Like...
Because it's just a ring of skin, which, by the way, I would feel has a very disturbing percentage chance of tearing. You know? Let's move on from that.
Okay. All right. Bo-chickles. Or Bo-chickles. Bo-chickles.
Bo-chickles?
Bo-chickile. Huh?
Bo-chickles?
Bo-chickles?
Bo-chickillis? I don't know.
When someone is being grimy and down bad, shut your Bo-chickles ass up, Adrian.
Adrian. Who's this by?
By Love for Vercetti, March 8th, 2022.
That's a recent one. Bo-chickles. I never... So it's someone that's down bad but is also gross.
I'm down bad, but I'm not grimy.
Right. Grimy, rather. Yeah. Bo-chickilessness.
Bo-chickles.
That's nuts.
Bo-chickles.
Nutsack knitting. When a guy's pubes are so long that you could braid or knit them together. This was posted by Mama Ducket.
Okay, Mama Ducket, I see what you're into. Thankfully, you cannot touch me, Mama Ducket. I am as smooth as a baby's bottom right now.
The first thing that came to mind when I saw that is, I think it was in Avengers Endgame when Fat Thor had the braided beard. Mm-hmm. It just made me think of that, but on like a nutsack. Like a nutsack hair so long it kind of comes down, and then you braid it in a way.
If my nuts were to ever have more
that much hair,
a better beard than my face,
oh, that'd be sad.
I'm gonna shave it off and I'm gonna put it on my face and no one will know but me.
That would be so cool. I mean, don't tell me because I'll just have to suss it out.
Yeah.
What you got, Kev?
This will be my last one. Slater.
Sounds like a douchebag white man. Uh-oh. Wait, hey,
A word for someone with a very large penis and or scrotum. He frequently uses these 2 to 3 times daily, can be interchanged with the words beast, baller, and pimp. Dang dude, he's a total Slater by The Informer number 2, January 8th, 2010.
Wow, that's an old term too then.
Mm-hmm.
Slater. I've never heard that. I've only heard the name Slater, and I always thought that was stupid. But I never knew that's what that was. Someone who's hung or has, massive cojones, you know?
I'm sorry, last one.
Okay.
I just found this one, and it kind of entails the last one I just said because it's very relatable.
Sure.
Spank Monkey Man.
Spank Monkey Man?
A term used by a wife for her husband because he doesn't get enough sex and has to wank a lot instead. Yo, Chuck, you're such a spank monkey man, you fat bastard. By Thistle Muncher,
Thistle Muncher?
April 23rd, 2011. Thistle.
Thistle Muncher. If you are a spank monkey man...
Oh my god. And a Slater.
And or a Slater, I would recommend seeing a counselor, a therapist maybe a marriage counselor. Because that's not ideal. If you're a spank monkey man, especially if you're a Slater, like, I mean, you've got what you've got to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're a spank monkey man.
But you're a spank monkey
and you're
man.
Thinking
so
to
what
yourself,
are you doing?
How?
How did I get here? What am I doing?
And the counselors are there to help you.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I used to say when I walked into a Kmart and then Kmart died.
Well, I came in the mart.
You can't. That's probably why they closed, like Biohazard.
I was just giving him a dirty nev.
The dirty nev. The Kmart dirty nev.
Kmart dirty nev. This month only.
The final one I've got for you today. Dummy thick. A term I love and I love to see. When your ass cheeks clap so loud everyone around you hears. Also known as a gyat. Dummy thick. This was posted by Jerry Seinfeld official, by the way. So the actual Jerry Seinfeld by...
Oh my god.
Who, by the way, I'm pretty sure dated a 17-year-old when he was a grown-ass man. So fuck you, Jerry Seinfeld. But dummy thick...
Hold on. You said pretty sure, so it's not proven. So why the fuck are we... Why are we slamming
There's
him?
like multiple news articles about it. I just wanted to cover my bases so we don't get sued.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that was my version of saying allegedly.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'm still a Jerry Seinfeld fan.
I'm not.
That's okay.
Fuck you, Jerry.
Honestly, you're not... Oh my god, Fuck.
What'd you forgore?
I forgot to say something during my Vibe of the Week. Because we're talking about celebrities.
Right.
I know we're not in Vibe of the Week.
Right.
I just want to say just a quick, just rest in peace, Liam Payne.
Oh,
going in the
yeah.
other direction.
We'll be right back.
I have tomorrow off too. I'm going to go home and take a nap.
Cool. Welcome back to Burning Questions.
Isn't it nice to have 2 days off in a row?
Couldn't be me.
I've worked the past 7 days, so I deserve these 2 days off.
You got 2 days off?
Yeah, today and tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
I've worked since last Wednesday. What is it? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, 6 days in a row. Sorry.
I wasn't counting. You were. Burning Questions, the only questions that are burning. We go to everyone's second least favorite website, Reddit, source questions asked into the ether. 2 main characters, also omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent. Not impotent, Kev. Omnipotent. Sorry.
I'm pretty impy.
Impy?
Impy.
Is that like the...
Impotent?
That's like sleepy becomes eepy. Impotent becomes... impy?
Yeah. And in case any of you viewers out there notice, I made a slight wardrobe change. It's getting hot in here.
So
I now have
take
my
off
Rick and
all your
Morty shirt
clothes.
on.
I am getting so hot. I'm going to take my clothes off.
No, you were smart. You wore white. And you also wore a shirt that I don't know how you got.
I earned this, Kev. I am
Aidan,
their...
if you still want to
I am
co-host,
their
you shut your mouth.
favorite patron.
You shut your mouth. If you still want to co-host, you shut your mouth.
I'm their favorite patron. I show up sometimes, and I tip well, and they're very kind, and it's a fantastic vibe. This is not sponsored, by the way, and you probably... The listeners won't know what Kevin's referencing. It's a T-shirt I'm wearing.
They probably should sponsor
Kevin is
us
referencing a T-shirt I'm wearing.
I'm there all the time. Your dad is there all the time. You are not.
I'm there sometimes, and that's why I got this shirt. It's the bar we frequent. Oh, well, me infrequent, Kevin frequent. Anywho, burning questions.
I will be talking to the higher-ups about this. Mark my word.
Mark your word?
Mark my word.
Question from user Wonderful Camera 3650. What's a saying or phrase that instantly makes you suspicious? I would say one that always gets me, and I have a lot of coworkers that do this because if you work in the trades, right, you're going to have a lot of coworkers that do this. It just happens, and I don't know why or how to stop it.
Hazing?
But not necessarily hazing, but something that always makes me sus is when you start a sentence with, not to be racist, but, or, you know...
What do you mean working trades? You mean when you hang out with me? Like... Not to be edgy or racist, but,
if you start a sentence with that, you have to realize the next thing you hear is going to be the most heinous, unfair, racist sentence of all time. Why would you start a sentence with that? Not only start a sentence with that, why would you continue that thought? If you're thinking those things, go read a journal. Go read a book. Or educate yourself.
Do the smart thing and write it down. That way you're not saying it, so the other person can just read it.
But if you're writing it down and it's untrue and slanderous, that makes it libel.
Well,
so
I mean, either way, it's not like they are my words that have been spoken. They are my words that I wrote down that you have read. In any case, it's coming from your body, and you should just continue with it.
Probably
my
not.
Slogan, or anything
something that makes a sentence that makes you sus.
A sentence that makes me sus, like anything that starts with the word "come." Or like, can you come over here? Or like, when you coming over?
I love...
Can I come over?
I love pausing for a second. It's like, so are you going to come over? I love that.
Can I come now?
You need
in 10 minutes?
You need permission to come
I'm
over?
going to come now.
No
Quite
follow-up
frankly.
word. I'm simply going to come over for the show is what Kevan tells me.
Yeah, it's Aidan sent me a message. He's like, "Hey, I'm home. You gonna come
over?"
Yep.
Yeah. And then Kevan lovingly looks me in the eyes and says, "I'm gonna come over when I'm free." Actually, today was when he was finished defecating.
Well, I had to go, and I'm not allowed to here, so you're welcome.
I said you're only allowed to if you try out the bidet. Yeah, that's
Let's add another sus thing that like I'm not doing that.
That's the stipulation. If you're gonna shit in my house, you have to use the bidet.
The only thing that's entering my asshole is you.
The listener?
No.
Oh,
you.
Me.
Not the bidet.
Right. Well, that was a given, but the bidet it's got to be on the table. Actually, it's on the toilet seat.
I'm about to elbow this table straight in two.
Don't break the table. Next question from user Shinra Tensei. I am certain I butchered that pronunciation.
That's all right.
I'm
Pick a better name.
What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received? I got one when I was a wee lad. Not a wee lad. I was like 15. No, 14. I was like 14, right? So it's that like tween years. I guess teenager, actually. But I was ugly, right? Well, thanks, Kev.
No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't, start... I was late to puberty, okay? The puberty train hit my cock and balls and facial features pretty late. So
same, brother.
I was...
Actually, no, they didn't.
Oh, you were on time?
No, they still haven't.
Oh, they still haven't? So real late.
Yeah.
But I was kind of an ugly kid. And I know if my parents are watching, they're going to be like, oh, you were a cutie. I've seen pictures of me.
That's how the grandparents would say to you, like, oh, you were such a cute kid.
I've seen pictures of me. I know I was ugly, okay? But the first person I was in, a relationship with, I say relationship in air quotes because it really wasn't, but they were interested in me, and then me not knowing self-worth, I figured, oh, let's run with this, even though there was nothing there. But every single time I saw them, they would give me a compliment that made no sense. I would be wearing the stupidest, actually ugly shirt, because most of my shit was hand-me-downs or Goodwill. So I was actually wearing something that was ugly, and they'd be like, oh, nice shirt, I love your shirt so much. And I was like... Oh, thanks.
Are you blind? Are you going blind?
Self-aware. I know you're lying to me, but thanks, I guess. So I've gotten a handful of those throughout throughout my years of like, I know you're wrong, but I still appreciate the gesture, you know?
You know, I'm sorry for yawning. I'm just...
Jeez.
I didn't sleep well last night. The only two
My
compliments that... hey,
Hey.
I want to have more of those nights anyway, so...
Huh?
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 Fuck you, Shorzy. For what? The two compliments that come to my mind in recent memory, because I haven't really gotten a whole lot of compliments my whole life.
My man.
And that's not me trying to be sad. That's just genuine. I don't
That's
think I really
life,
have.
yeah.
But we're men. We don't get complimented.
That's
No, you can't.
I don't necessarily agree.
Maybe it's... Sorry, now I'm turning it into a sad story.
Well, what are your compliments?
My compliments, one, it happened at Duffy's a long time ago, where some woman, I don't know if this was a compliment or an insult, I'm just going to take it as a compliment. The topic age got brought up, I don't know how, but
sure.
she thought I looked like I was 36.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that.
But she looked like she was into me, like...
Oh, like she wanted...
Like an older man.
Right.
Like middle-aged fucking... Is it the hairline? Maybe. But nothing happened that night. I mean, we started talking a little bit. She's like, yeah, you look like you're 36. I'm like, and I literally, like, stepped back. I'm like,
right.
Excuse me? She's like, what? Like, are you older? I'm like, no. I'm like, good God. And she starts laughing. I'm like, babe, I'm 24.
Right.
I'm like, she's like, oh my God, you look so much older than that. I'm just like, well... Maybe he is, but not me.
You better hope you're not, like, starting to get grays anytime soon.
Well, I am.
You are?
You've
got gray hair?
In some places, yeah.
No kidding.
Like, no, I didn't mean, like, down there or, like, fucking chest or anything. No, it's probably just, like, around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, around those points on the hairline.
And then the second compliment was actually this past Saturday when I went to the waiting room with my Blackhawks poncho on. This woman was... drunk.
Uh-oh.
And she walks up to me and grabs my poncho like this. She's like, I love...
Oh, handsy.
She's like, I love your thing. And then she walked to the bathroom and I'm just like, thank you. It's awful kind of you.
I love your thing.
Yeah, like, can I just get back to my seat, please?
Ma'am, I hope you have a designated driver.
I hope your boyfriend or your date, whoever that is, walked you to that bathroom because I don't think you made it there on your 2 feet.
Oh my God, you remember? There was one day we actually closed out that bar, and the bar we're pretty tight with the bartenders and the manager and everything, and they were like, "Well, I mean, we're closing, but you guys are welcome to stay if you help us close." I was like, "Oh, I don't care." Like everyone, I think you and Zach and my dad were there. They're like, oh, I don't care. So they handed us rubber gloves, and they're like, okay, go clean the bathroom. And I'm like, shit. Of course I get to do that.
One of those nights I did actually. It was like 11:45, and the lights were on because it was already past last call.
Right.
And I went into the bathroom, to piss. And it really wasn't all that bad. Like, yeah, you still had to clean it with cleaning chemicals and stuff like that. But, like, after I was done pissing, I tidied up as much as I could in there. I walked up to Austin, like... kind of hobbling because I was a little tipsy, but I'm like, Austin, I'm like, bathroom's done. It just needs like squirt.
Right.
And he's like, all right, kid. Like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm just like,
my man. that one time I cleaned the bathroom because I had to clean both. I didn't. Okay. To clarify, I didn't have to clean both.
Man, they should have given you like a homemade outfit and something too.
I know, right? I'd have been so hot.
Oh.
But I did clean both because I like to be a good person, and they're good people, so I'll help out.
You know what my buddy Tommy would say?
What's that?
Simp.
Simp?
Simp.
Who am I simping for?
I don't know, but that Tommy thinks I simp for a lot of women.
Oh, sure. But anyway, I'm cleaning out these bathrooms, right? Men's room, pretty breezily. I did clean the seat, you clean the bowl, the whatever else, take the garbage out. The women's room was a nightmare. It was bad in there. Someone threw up in the garbage can, which made me think, why are you throwing up in the bathroom garbage can when the toilet is 2 feet to your left? And you could have just done that there and flushed it away. But you decided to put your vomit somewhere that it's going to stay for X amount of hours until the bar closes. What is wrong with you?
Women.
That's not... You can't generalize like that.
Well, you started it, so blame yourself.
I didn't start shit. I started a story of how I cleaned a women's room in a bar one time.
But specifically, the women's was even worse.
It was a nightmare.
Dare I say...
It's one case of this occurring.
One case of that woman just yakking anywhere she wants to.
Next question.
The world is not your litter box.
You always have to turn it into something that's not okay. You always have to start generalizing or saying some shit that's mean. I'm gonna kiss you with my fist and then mouth and then fist a couple more times. Next question. From user Carlos Menezes. You have to listen to a video game soundtrack for the rest of your life. Which game are you picking?
Ooh, this is a tough one, actually.
It's a toughie.
This is a tough one.
I had an instant thought, though. Because these games are so expansive and there's so many of them and all of the soundtracks are good, I have to go Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda games, the soundtracks are amazing. The themes are amazing. The overworld, the title themes... It's just so good, and there are countless hours of these original soundtracks because there are so many games. I think that's an easy answer. And I also have a personal connection with the Zelda games because I love them. So
honestly, I thought your answer would have been Minecraft.
That would be good, but I don't think there's as many songs.
But they're all bangers.
They are all bangers. That is true.
So now that I said Minecraft...
You're thinking about it. Yeah.
I have a... how do I word this here? I have an answer, but it might not be legally binding to this question.
You're omnipotent. Does it matter?
You're right. It doesn't.
Yeah, you're
Minecraft,
impy.
Gears of War, and Helldivers 2.
I mean, considering
I would listen to all of them for the rest of my life.
That's true, and that is a good top 3. I would say. I would also say this might be cheating, but granted, you just did the same, so. Calm down.
You said it wasn't.
No, you're not.
Did I cheat?
Because you're impy. No, you're okay. You're impotent.
That's
yeah.
Right.
So, I would say the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack because of the hours of actual music in it.
No.
And also, like, the theme. Hell yeah, that is... By the way, that is a banger.
It's like the only song I know from that game. It's terrible.
It is awesome.
Fucking as you're driving 200 miles an hour and then you die.
Well, that's also
That's going to be the last thing you hear.
Yes. Yeah. Actual. Well, we thank you for listening, for watching. Smooch the subscribe button. Let us know what you think of these episodes. If you have answers to any of these questions or maybe a language barrier you've thought of that we haven't covered yet, let us know. In the comments, the description, hit us up on socials. We're all over the place.
We will proofread your answers to these questions, and we will give you honest feedback, a good review.
Yes, before promptly ignoring you for the rest of time.
Yeah.
I kid. That was a joke. I'm joshing, Kev. Look, I'm faded off the josh because I'm joshing.
Look,
them.
I'm not even I had the...
Yeah, so you're actually faded.
No, I haven't had a single drop of Josh, and I am here to tell you that I will actually ignore your comments.
Oh my gosh, what if a man named Josh nasty neved a glass of Josh wine? Double Josh nasty nev? Confirmed?
Please get some help. Your brain is just rotting away, and I'm here for
you.
I'm here for you as a friend.
Right.
Because tomorrow I won't be. So please... Check your brain.
As all good friends are, like the one Morgan person.
Yes.
Friend in air quotes.
Check your brain. Get that shit fixed, because I will not be around tomorrow.
So what you're saying is we have to record the rest of AK219 for the rest of time today, because you won't be here tomorrow.
It's only tomorrow.
Oh, so you're only gone tomorrow.
Only gone tomorrow.
Okay, so... Listeners, count him out for tomorrow, but he'll be back. He's just going tomorrow.
Yeah, just for tomorrow.
We hope you have a wonderful Halloween. We thank you for watching, listening, and we will see you bright and early late next week with another episode of Chaos, because that is what we do, baby.